I like to eat mangoes. I like to eat fruit. I like to eat apples and grapes too. I like to eat my fruit. I like to eat yours. Let's eat fruit every day, Santa Claus. Let's have fun. Let's get money.
Yes, bestie, let's! We are wading into some controversial waters, talking about surrogacy and Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra's recent announcement. Bella Hadid says a few months ago she had to quit doing this because she couldn't control herself. And are we going to war? I have a very simple and quick explanation on the President Biden-Ukraine drama. And of course, Hot Take Tuesday, we're exploring if Adele is lying about the virus being the reason that she had to cancel her tour. I'm Alex Clark, and this is POPlitics. Nick Jonas and his wife Priyanka Chopra shocked everyone over the weekend by announcing they just had a baby.
Do you realize how huge this is?
The world was shooketh and confused because no one could remember Priyanka looking pregnant. Well, that's because she wasn't.
Sorcery.
No, it wasn't magic or sorcery. It was surrogacy.
By now you should know your bitch is pregnant.
Nick and Priyanka paid another woman a lot of money to carry their baby inside her womb for 9 months and give birth for them.
Hey everybody, I got some bad news. Doctor just called. I can't get pregnant. I don't have an uterus.
Here's where things get interesting. Nick and Priyanka didn't use a surrogate because they were experiencing infertility. According to the Daily Mail, they used a surrogate out of convenience because their busy schedules had gotten in the way.
It's icky.
Not gonna lie to you, I don't agree with this at all. I find it ethically and morally wrong that she was just too busy to carry her own child. I'm shocked Nick was down for that. Seems like that would be such a turnoff for a husband, no?
Here, baby, 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 baby.
Jesus, Mom, that can't be how it works.
I told you Sunday night on the POPlitics Instagram story to listen to episode 552 on Ali Stuckey's podcast, Relatable, titled Big Fertility, where she interviews an expert on the ethical issues when it comes to surrogacy. Hopefully you did, because now, after hearing this news from Nick and Priyanka, I'm curious whether or not you find surrogate pregnancies ethical and acceptable. Let me know in the comments. CUTEservative court!
This one is positive, which makes 30 positives. But there was that one negative. The negative was a popsicle stick.
Supermodel Bella Hadid announced that she's given up alcohol for the foreseeable future after she started to feel like she couldn't control herself when she drank.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you? Sucking back on Grandpa's old cough medicine?
Bella told InStyle that she's been sober for 6 months and said, I loved alcohol and it got to the point where even I started to, cancel nights out that I felt like I wouldn't be able to control myself. I don't feel the need to drink anymore because I know how it will affect me at 3 a.m. when I wake up with horrible anxiety thinking about that one thing I said years ago when I graduated high school.
While you're waiting for your tea water to boil, reflect on all of your regrets.
Any sober conservatives who can relate to this, I want to hear your story.
This is equal parts Scotch, absinthe, rum, gin, vermouth, triple sec, and 2 packs of Splenda. Call it a one of everything.
Oh my God!
You know what's extremely boring and usually extremely overwhelming? Foreign policy. It is not my jam, but I have gotten several DMs over the last few days asking me to very quickly and simply explain the drama with President Biden and if we are about to go to war with Ukraine. So I'm gonna explain it all like we're 5.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Little disclaimer, the story is evolving literally by the minute, so there could be, some updates that I don't get to today, but never fear, I've got the current nutshell for y'all. So Russia's leader, Vladimir Putin, has put about 100,000 troops around the Ukraine-Russia border, which, let's be honest, is intimidating in the least. And now countries like the US are trying to decide how to de-escalate the situation together and fast.
Bye, Biden. He may not know it yet, but I think this is going to be very difficult for him to recover.
One of the reasons Putin's being aggressive is because he's not a fan of Ukraine joining the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, aka NATO, the group that the US is part of that helps facilitate peace amongst nations, especially when there's some tension. Sort of like now. Putin is basically the school bully saying this kid, aka Ukraine, can't join the table with the rest of the students. And the West is mostly like, yes, Ukraine can sit here and hang out with us, and Putin just wants to ruin lunch for everyone by beating up this smaller kid. Usually, the US is the kid on the playground that no bully wants to mess with. We stand up for people and everyone's scared of us. Former President Donald Trump did an excellent job at establishing our strength as a nation. But President Joe Biden doesn't really give off the don't mess with me vibes. Actually, I'd say the only thing his cognitive abilities let him care about is how this whole situation might affect him personally. Like, just the other day, President Biden used the word minor in reference to this situation. And when I say he might be worried about this affecting him personally and why he's so frazzled about Ukraine, is probably because of his son, Hunter Biden. For some reason, in 2014, Hunter Biden went to Ukraine and was put on the board of the national gas company Burisma Holdings. It was super weird because Hunter cannot speak Ukrainian, and he has no natural gas experience, like at all. All he knows how to do is smoke Parmesan cheese out of the carpet. Sugar blood.
Hi, I'm a recovering crackhead. This is my retarded sister that I take care of. I'd like some welfare, please.
Now, here's another thing that's important. In 2016, when President Biden was actually vice president under President Obama, he fired Ukraine's top prosecutor, Viktor Shokin, after he started investigating the Burisma Holdings company. In fact, Fox reported that the vice president threatened to withhold $1 billion in critical U.S. aid if Shokin was not fired. So yeah, something strange be happening. After all this, if you were wondering if it's possible for a president to get a negative approval rating, I guess President Jojo Binks is gonna make sure we all find out.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. I'm saying.
Are we going to war? I don't know yet, but it's definitely more possible now with President Biden than it ever was with President Trump. And check out how embarrassing this is. A Ukrainian official just said that there's no need for Americans to evacuate the Ukraine because he said it's safer there than it is for Americans in LA.
Just pretend like you sleep. Just pretend like you were sleeping.
Here's a couple more stories that you need to know. It's Hot Take Tuesday.
Hot Take Tuesday.
Shark Tank star and billionaire Mark Cuban just opened an online pharmacy so people can get affordable drugs. Oh! According to Forbes, the pharmacy offers more than 100 generic drugs at an affordable price with the goal of being radically transparent in its price negotiations with drug companies.
I don't like it. I love it, love it, love it. Uh-oh.
Forbes also reported that the company doesn't process insurance claims and requires customers to pay for their medications out of pocket, noting its drugs cost way less than most insurance plans' deductible and copay requirement. I think this is awesome. And this is exactly the kind of stuff we need to do to fix our healthcare system. What do you think?
You sell crack cocaine here?
I wish, but no. Just kidding. No,
What?
I'm not sure I believe Adele's tearful reasons for canceling her tour. Over the weekend, she blamed complications with the pandemic for having to cancel her entire tour. But allegedly, she had a lot of arguments with people behind the scenes, including her set designer.
Hello. Hi.
Sources close to Adele told The Sun that her Las Vegas residency was destined for disaster from the start. They said that Adele had explosive arguments with A-list set designer Esmeralda Devlin, and that in spite of the set costing millions to put together, Adele was unhappy with the result. You think Adele is blaming the pandemic so that she doesn't have to admit to fans that she's actually the reason the tour is canceled?
Please welcome the wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem.
If you still haven't listened to Ali Stuckey's Relatable episode on big fertility, I really encourage you to do that.
I always listen to podcasts at 1/1/4 time speed or whatever you call that, and I get through them so fast, but can still understand what they're saying. Now, there's a little life hack for you.
Tap the heart, share your opinions on surrogacy and sobriety in the comments, DM this episode to someone you know who will appreciate the Ukraine breakdown, and tell me if you think we're gonna go to war. Share this episode to your stories. Ask people what they think of Nick and Priyanka using a surrogate just because they were busy, and hit that save button. That's very, very important. Please don't forget. We're back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It's pop culture without the propaganda every single day. I'm Alex Clark, and this is POPlitics. Wow. So Support POPlitics, the first ever conservative pop culture daily show, by subscribing to our channel, turning on notifications, and of course, hitting the thumbs up. Also, our main home is on Instagram. Seriously, just trust me, that's where the real magic happens. Follow us there at POPlitics.